Hey guys, Darkman here, and welcome to my Bleach Chapter 650 review. I almost said 640 something because I had to record a bunch of those all in a row. So the chapter starts off like Lil A coming out, like emerging from where he fell after he's shot, impaled, something, Shunshui. And then he emerges in his Arceus Centimantis form. Yeah, I'm back. It's nothing to worry about. It's just some wind from outside blew over some flowers on the inside. It's okay. So yeah, he has another new form, which this is only his technically second. Yeah. And sort of has like this weird owl human face with some human hair. And all Shunshui has to say to that is, well, that's not something he sees every day. Which, I mean, I see one of those like twice a day, so come on. And now his eyes, they keep changing from being black to white, which I guess the white part would be the part that he sees with, most likely. And he comes over or finds out where he is, starts swooping over to him, he turns his head all the way around and starts going at him. Which, I mean, if he couldn't be any less weird, he's really just pushing it forward. And this arm just sprouts out of his arm, and he fires off this giant energy wave at Shunshui, which it just takes off a huge chunk of the Soul Palace. I'm not sure if it's still called the Soul Palace. I can't remember what Yuha's new name for it was. And even with Shunshui being so hurt, he still manages to get out of the way of the blast. And Lily figures out that he's behind that tower. Behind the tower, yeah. He says that, as expected, the sins of the Captain Commander truly runs deep. And so Shunshui and Zanpakuto, I can't remember the name of it, are laying against the tower, and she's essentially telling him that it's okay if we don't fight anymore. You're nearly out of breath and consciousness. And she's telling him that if you gave up now, no one would judge you for it, which either means run away or die. Yeah. And then right as he's about to pass out or die, one of the two, Nanoe shows up and wakes him up. He's just talking around and starts coughing up blood. And she says that he needs to bring out her Zanpakuto, and it doesn't matter what promise he made to her mother, which I'll talk more about at the end. And then Lily appears right behind him, fires off another huge energy blast, misses again, which for someone who's supposed to be a sniper that never misses its target, he really just seems to not stop missing. Then Lily says that his eyes are getting dry from watching all these centers, which I think, this is just a theory to go along with his powers, because he only couldn't be hurt by the weapons when this eye, when he used his eye power, so maybe the only time that he can be hurt in this form is when he can't use his eyes anymore after they're completely dried out. Probably. That'd be a pretty cool way to get around it, I guess. This could sort of be a hint at that. He won't be able to use his eyes for much longer because they're drying out. And so Shunshui and Nanoe are sort of in this, they're either inside a building or this weird shadow place, which Shunshui's Zanpakuto does deal with shadow, so I guess he could maybe do something like that. And then he says, well then, we only have one option left, and it's for him to give her back her Zanpakuto. And then this super cool ninja lady appears behind Nanoe, And that is where the chapter ends. And when I think about, like, because if you made a promise to her like that, then Shunshui must have, like, known. Hey, sorry about all the cuts. Something just came up with the camera. I needed to change its batteries. So yeah, that, like, could Shunshui be like Nanoe's dad? But if that was true, then his awkward advances would seem like even creepier than they already were. I feel like the most logical thing was that they were just, like, good friends. But it also kind of makes more sense, like, Shunshui's the only one who has 2 Zanpakutos in its sealed state, because one of them isn't his. Like, Uketake, he needed to go into his release for it to become 2 swords. Ichigo, we don't know if he's in a Shikai right now, but, like, for the rest of the series, he's always in a Shikai, because his normal sword's broken. But yeah, so, it makes sense, but also at the same time it doesn't make sense, because I have no idea how you'd possibly, like, steal someone's Zanpakuto, like steal, whatever, someone's Zanpakuto. But yeah, so that's the end of the chapter. That's really all I have to say, except for Lille's aim really sucks. You should have given that power to someone else. Yeah. Well, bye.